Additional ManyChat steps. So throughout this course, we've gone through a few ManyChat steps. I want to make sure you're aware of what those are and also share with you additional steps that you can incorporate inside of your Messenger bot. So I'm going to go to a flow here. I'm going to create a new flow. We'll call this additional steps example. All right, we'll create it. And we're going to open this in Flow Builder. All right, so here's our starting step. I'm going to click to add text, and I'm going to say, hey, there, just checking out some awesome ManyChat features, okay? So when we click on add a button, these are what we call steps, right? When a button is pressed, what happens next? So we already talked about sending messages to people, right? We've done that in our various flows. Opening a website, right? We've done that as well. Calling a number. I showed you in this module how to add the buy button. This only works on card, gallery, list, or media templates, not on these messages here. And perform actions, right? Perform actions are where you would actually add, your tags, remove a tag, subscribe someone to a sequence, unsubscribe someone from a sequence, mark a conversation open, notify an admin, set a custom field, clear a subscriber custom field, subscribe to a bot, unsubscribe from bot, and some external requests, right? Trigger Integromat, etc. All right, so now you got some new steps that we can add in here, right? So start another flow, we've done that as well, connecting it to an existing flow that we created in flows. Condition. Conditions are one of the most powerful features in ManyChat, and with those conditions, you can create a great user experience for your subscribers. It's really quite simple to understand this if and else conditional logic, right? You're kind of using this logic every day to make binary decisions, right? You're using this logic as you cross the street. If the street light is red, then you'll wait, or else you'll cross the street. It works exactly the same way inside of your Messenger bot. Let's say, for example, the subscriber is a man, then you're going to send a relevant message to men, or else send a relevant message for women, right? And this makes ManyChat makes it very, very easy with these condition blocks. So let's do an example, right? So I'm going to go to condition, and we're going to click on condition and say, all right, does the user match any of all the following? So I want to say condition, gender is male, right? If user matches that condition, then the next step is going to be send a message. If user does not match that condition, I'm going to send a different message. So if you go to the flow here, you can see I have two messages here, right? So if gender is male, let me scroll back and move this over. If gender is male, I'm going to say, would you like, making this up, to buy some ties, right? If the gender is not male, and we know the opposite of male is woman, right? I'm going to say, would you like to buy some heels? This is for Keisha Bass. Some heels, right? Conditional logic. You can use the same kind of logic with birthdays, with location, with language, right? With email addresses, right? So if there's an email address inside of ManyChat, you're not going to ask them for an email address again, right? So conditional logic works very, very well. You can do some really cool things with it. The next step we're going to look at is the randomizer. So let me go ahead and get rid of that condition and delete that here. So the randomizer, right? This allows you to split test in essence, right? So when the button is pressed, you can have a percentage of users or subscribers go one way, another percentage go a different way. And you could also, the cool thing about this too, you can also have every time someone reaches this particular flow or message sequence, it can be a random path every time by checking this checkbox here. So let's say we wanted to distribute this message here and split test this message here. So what we'll do here, when someone clicks on the button, they're going to be taken to message A. So I'm going to say, let me scroll out, or zoom out rather. Let's get that message there. I'm going to delete this message here. Delete that message there. Oops, okay, delete this one here. Okay. So we're going to say, choose step number 1. We'll say, I'm going to split test. Let's say, would you like to buy these red ties with balloons on it? And we'll split test B and say, would you like to buy these blue ties with, I'm making this up, balloons on them? Or let's do this with no balloons. To buy these red ties with no balloons, right? So now I'm able to split test these two messages to see which one does better. Blue ties with balloons, or red ties with balloons, or red ties with no balloons on them, right? You could do that with, let's say you had different images, right? Or you were doing, let's say you were doing a coin toss or like a trivia question, right? You could have a random path every time someone comes into this particular flow, and people can experience this differently. You got a new variation too. You could add C, right? So I could have 3 split tests and say, would you like to buy red ties, a red tie with balloons and matching hat. Right, so we got 3 options here, 3 variations. And I go back here and I'm gonna change the number here. Make this 30. 30 and 40. So now 30% traffic will go here, 30 will go there, 40 will go there. And you can keep adding variations. Pretty cool. So the next step I'm going to show you is called the smart delay. And this is a really cool one, right? Because if people, click on buttons but don't respond and don't continue, the smart delay allows you to continue the conversation or keep the conversation going. So I'm going to show you this on the welcome message first, and then I'll show you how to use it on one of the growth tools when someone requests a lead magnet from you. So let's go to the welcome message and go to the welcome message here. So if you remember early in the course, people get to your welcome message when they click get started, right? So they either message your page and click get started, or they find you on Messenger and click get started. And that's when they get the welcome message. So if people don't click on any button on the welcome message, they just sit there. And so with the smart delay, you can come in a few days later, a few hours later and say, hey, I saw you message my page, but didn't click on any buttons, or hey, how can I help you? Right, so I'm going to show you how to do that right now. So we click Edit Flow, and we're going to click on the welcome message. And remember, people are clicking Get Started on their phone, mobile device, or on the Facebook page, and they're getting this welcome message. So they may not continue. So we're going to scroll down and click on Continue to another step. We're going to choose another step and select Smart Delay. And so now when someone gets this message, there's going to be a smart delay, and we're going to set this for a minute for today, right? So smart delay is first. And then what we'll do, we'll choose another step and a condition. We'll say anyone who matches the tags here. So any of the tags here. So we'll say um, tag is welcome message weight loss tips, and tag is weight loss connect with a coach. If they match any of those tags, right, we're just going to perform an action. We're going to open up a conversation. Our conversation is open. Okay. Now, if they don't match any of those tags here, meaning they haven't clicked on the button, we're going to say send a message. So let me close this and move this over to the right so we all can see. All right, so we've got this, we've got the regular message there. We're going to open a conversation in live chat. Then we're going to send a message to those who did not click on any button. And I'm going to click in the text box here and say, hey, first name, right? Oops. Saw you messaged my page a few minutes ago. Are you looking to lose weight or just checking me out? Okay. We'll hit publish. All right, and that's it. So now we go ahead and preview this, right? So someone clicks get started and they don't click a button to go to the next step. They don't click weight loss tips. They don't click connect with a coach. In a minute's time, it's gonna move the process from the smart delay to the condition to see if they have any of the tags. If they don't have any tags, they're gonna get this message here. Let's go ahead and check this out from my phone. So I'm gonna go to Messenger and I'm gonna go ahead and open up Coach Tony Weight Loss. There we are right there. And I'm gonna click on get started. And I got the welcome message. So we'll wait a minute and see if that smart delay comes into play. And there it goes. Hey Antonio, so you mentioned my page a few minutes ago. Are you looking to lose weight or just checking me out? Boom. So next thing I want to show you is custom rules. This allows you to perform actions based on different triggers. So when something happens in ManyChat, the following action, is performed. For example, you can send a confirmation email or update, contact details in your CRM as soon as subscribers' email addresses change, or send a birthday message to your subscribers or remind them about an upcoming event. So I'm gonna create a rule for birthdays. So I'm gonna go over to automation, click on rules, create my first custom rule, create the trigger when this happens, right? So when a date and time based trigger happens, so I'm gonna say this trigger goes off a day before the date of birth, right? This is the custom field we set up earlier, date of birth, all right? And this event repeats every year. So when that happens, perform this action. So this action is going to happen. So I'm going to say, we're going to start a flow. We're going to select the flow and I need to create a flow. So let me go back to flows and create a flow. And I'll go to flow real quick, create a new flow and just say, this is my happy birthday flow. Just wanted to wish you a happy birthday, right? Delay, enjoy your day. And we hit publish. Now we go back to automation and rules. We're going to click on the rule here. We're going to select the flow now, happy birthday flow, select. And now, one day before the date of birth at, 1 o'clock a.m., this message will go out. So we'll save it and we'll activate it. What we'll do here is we will add a birthday to my record here. Scroll down, not set. We'll add it. Today, apply. Okay. And I actually want to change this rule. Can I change it? 12 o'clock. Let's see if that works. Let's see if I got a message for my birthday yet. We'll call this happy birthday message. We can create another trigger. Let's just do that so you can see how this works. Tag applied, and the tag is going to be happy birthday, right? And then we'll add the action to start a flow, happy birthday. Select this flow and save. And we'll go ahead and go to my record here and say, add a tag, happy birthday. And here we go. It says, hey, just want to wish you happy birthday. It came twice actually, from the first one and the second one. Cool. That's pretty awesome.